What's up, Robert? Don Carolina. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, everybody? How's it going, everybody? Turn this down over here. Let's get right real quick. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good Friday afternoon. You driving home, if you at work, at lunch, at the house, whatever it is that you doing, I hope you doing it well. Let me share this. Let me share this. I should be live over here in the YouTube streets. Live over here in the YouTube streets. What's popping streets of YouTube? What's happening over here, Facebook? What's the deal, you guys? How you guys doing? Got some stuff to talk about. Got some stuff to talk about today. Some very, very important things to talk about with you guys today. We are going to talk about what's happening with these missing black girls. Where are they going? Where are they going? We have an epidemic going on. We have something that we're not talking about enough. So we're going to talk about it today. We're going to break it down, get into it. Some facts, some statistics, some stories. We're also going to talk about Jaylon Mckenzie, star athlete who was killed coming out of a party. We're going to talk about those things just shortly. I'm getting shared up. How are you guys doing out there today? Talk to me. I talk back. Real talk. Talk to me, I talk back. We're going to be getting into it. I came in today. The music I was playing in the background, if you were here from the beginning, Name Brand. That's an old song called Suicide City. You want to hear some good music, go check out Name Brand. You can find him here on Facebook. In fact, his name is Brandon Crenshaw. Good music, real good music. YouTube. Check out Name Brand. Suicide City. That's an old song. Like I said, he got a lot of new stuff going on. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share my screens. And we're going to get into what we're going to be talking about today. Like I said, we have some things going on that we need to talk about. Hi, Sharonda Davis. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Last night was a fun show. I had a good time. I actually learned a lot. It's always the goal, is to learn a little bit. Hope somebody gets to learn something. We dialogue so people could learn. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and share up my screens and we're gonna get into what we're getting into. And like I said, if you haven't, go over to the YouTube page, the Soapbox Heroes channel, hit subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I can't always do this on Facebook. If you want to. It's only if you want to. But I really, really want you to. Again, you guys, we're talking about what's happening to the girls, what's happening to the black girls. Bring up these articles and we're going to comb through it, let you guys see what I'm talking about. Let you guys see what I'm talking about specifically. See what I'm talking about. All right, we share it up over there. Facebook should be shared up over here. All right. So we're talking about the epidemic of the black girls coming up missing. We have a lot of black girls coming up missing, and a lot of people aren't talking about it. A lot of people are not talking about it. So we are going to touch on it today. We're going to touch on it today. Friend of mine, his name is Warhead, Sean House out of Chicago. speaks on this a lot. He's very passionate about it and actually brings it to my attention all the time. So, Sean, I got you. I hear you. Let's talk about it. This article is from Friday, May 10th, 2019. I got this from the Chicago Crusader. Our Black women and girls have gone missing, but few seem to care. All right? They say few seem to care. It's by Stacey M. Brown, NNPA Newswire correspondent at Stacey Brown Media. All right? And again, you guys talk to me, I talk back. Talk to me, I talk back. Yeah, I had fun on that show last night. Talk to me, I talk back. LJ Torres, let me hit a wave to you. You guys can share this. You guys, if you're on Facebook, give it a share. If you see it, sharing is caring. Okay, it says, Victoria Shaw, a Black girl, approximately 15 years old, went missing Monday, February 11th in West Hartford, Connecticut. Tanda Slater, Black, also only 15 years old, was reported missing on Thursday, February 7th from Noble Square in Chicago. Ariel Morshenson, a 16-year-old Black girl, was last seen near the 200 block of West 111th Place, according to a community alert from the Chicago police. The three girls are the most recent to make dubious and heartbreaking lists of Black girls, particularly teens, of missing Black girls, particularly teens. Let me not leave that out. It's a list that's quite long. There remains no update on their status. Right? There's no update on their status. Scrolled up a little too much. Recently, the nonprofit Black and Missing Foundation compiled statistics from the FBI, which noted that in 2016 alone, 242,295 individuals of color were reported missing in the United States. A stunning 36.7% of those missing were Black teens under 18 years old. In total, statistics show that 75,000 young Black Americans are currently missing. What's more, officials at National Center for Missing and Exploited Children Cyber Tip Line say that they have received more than 18.4 million reports, most of which led to apparent child sexual abuse images, online enticement, including sextortion. So they're saying that they're using their images online for enticement, sextortion, child sex trafficking, and sexual molestation. Those statistics and seeming the lack of media interest have led to cries of racism and neglect, particularly when it comes to Black girls. It has also led Latasha D. Mays to pen an essay, Why the Crisis of Missing Black Girls Needs More Attention Than It Gets. Mays' 2017 essay was published at ebony.com, where she noted that an academic study analyzed news coverage of missing children and found that only 20% of reported stories focused on Black children, despite the fact that Black children account for 33% of total missing children cases. All right, so she's saying that the reporting on Black children missing is underrepresented. In other words, missing Black youth are grossly underreported in the news. For missing girls, it's even worse. When Black girls go missing, far too many people don't know or don't care, Mays wrote. And scroll up a little bit. She's saying that they're not getting no attention. Nobody cares. What's going on, you guys? Many argue that the stories of young Black girls and women who are missing don't get the same degree of local, national, or global attention as the Elizabeth Smart or Natalie Holloway. Smart was a 14-year-old white girl, was kidnapped in 2002 from her home in Salt Lake City, Utah. After an intense search that included relentless media coverage, Smart was recovered by police 9 months later, and among other activities, she's become an analyst for ABC News. Right? So they say the media deployed their vast resources and they found her, and now she's an analyst for ABC News. Holloway disappeared in 2005 on a high school graduation trip in Aruba. The white Alabama teen's story drew global media coverage, and although her remains were never found, she was declared dead in 2010. Many maintain that African Americans aren't afforded the same intense police investigation or the media coverage given to whites that go missing. The Black girls are magical and should be noticed, uplifted, and acknowledged, both within and outside the Black community. Lavender Wilkerson, a licensed marriage and family therapist in Los Angeles. To recognize Black girls as magical means defining them as precious, unique, and valued. When society recognizes their worth and value, I believe that more attention will be paid to this matter. In addition, it will call for all people to recognize this as an epidemic and calls for action, Wilkerson said. Okay, so she's saying it's an epidemic that we need to call more action and attention to. She's saying we need to realize that these Black girls are special. All right. Civil rights activist Katrina Canyon says she's been researching cases of missing Black girls for years, and there are several unknowns, including that many go missing without any witnesses. This leads me to believe that the kidnappers are either very good at what they are doing, or the girls left on their own, Canyon said. We need to make sure Black girls have readily accessible help from adults in safe environments such that they don't fall victim to harmlessness or trafficking. A lot of times with the proper intervention, we can prevent Black girls from leaving home and falling prey to traffickers, she said. The mystery of the disappearances also have heightened since 2006 when Donald Trump won the presidency and the subsequent rise of nationalism and white supremacy. All right. Hope you guys with me out there. Sharonda Davis. The people that don't care probably share the same views the guy from last night. What do women offer is what he said. Most love to say a woman do these things to ourselves. Unfortunately, there's not enough prevention. Okay. All right, Judas. All right. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. This is giving a little background of a story that actually happened. And I just wanted to read that just to highlight some of the things that are going on, some of the topics, some of the discussion going on around this topic that may not be popular. So this article underlines the thought that the media is not properly covering the missing Black girls like they are covering other women, other colors. All right. So I'm going to swing over here to this next article. I got this from the Chronicle. Okay. May 9th, 2019, by the Charleston Chronicle. Black girls continue to disappear, but few eyebrows are raised. The epidemic of missing and mostly forgotten African American girls continues to spread throughout the United States. While the names change, the stories remain similar. Maya Gordine, just 16 years old, was headed to school on Tuesday, April 23rd, but when attendance was taken at her Carolina Forest High School in Horry, South Carolina, Maya was marked absent. What's worse, she never returned home. While authorities have speculated that because Maya is new to the area, she may have returned to her native New Jersey. However, that's no conciliation for her family who haven't a clue as to her whereabouts. Okay. Scroll down. When last seen, Maya was wearing blue jeans and a black shirt, blue jeans and a black and yellow shirt, black Puma sneakers, and a clear fanny pack. Certainly not a sign of a runaway. She hasn't been seen since. They ask if you they say if you see her, they give for information, call 843-248-1520. Let me scroll down a little bit. Scroll down a little bit. All right. 1 week earlier on Friday, April 12th in Washington, D.C., 15-year-old Anaya Flythe was seen walking along the 300 block of Anacostia Road in the southeast section of the city. Anaya hasn't been seen since. All right. Then it gives her description, 5'5", 160 pounds. Have any information, call 202-727-9099 or text 50411. Get down to the story just a little bit. Though they live hundreds of miles apart, Maya and Anaya have joined a heartbreaking list of more than 75,000 African American girls who have gone missing. Okay, let me say that again. Though they live hundreds of miles apart, Maya and Anaya have joined a heartbreaking list of more than 75,000 African American girls who have gone missing. 75,000. All right. Officials at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children say their cyber tip line has received more than 8.4 million reports, most of which have led to sexual abuse images, online incitement. Okay, that's the same thing it was saying on the other one. A stunning 36.7% of those missing Black teens were under the age of 18. 36.7% of the Black girls are under the age of 18. They're children. All right. Scroll down a little bit more. While the mainstream media mostly ignores their plight, social media remains abuzz. In one of the many efforts to use the internet and social media to help locate the missing, the website Black Girls Lost introduced another teen who has disappeared. Then it shows her face. I wanted to go down because it gives a little more stats and a little more opinion on why these girls aren't getting the coverage that they should. All right. Oh, here, right here. This is the Black and Missing Foundation. This is their website. It gives some statistics if you guys want to go look at the statistics. According to the FBI, January 2018 through December 31st, 2018, a total of 302,000 minorities were reported missing in the United States out of 612,846 of all races. 38% is minority. All right. Let me see. It looked like I lost my other article one way or another, but I could go into it anyway. They were saying, and I'll paraphrase, it was saying about Black girls not receiving the attention because the media is not giving them the attention. They're saying that if you go look at the statistics, it just don't add up. Being that Black girls are such a high percentage, they will receive more of a percentage of the media attention, but they're saying that they just aren't receiving that type of attention. In fact, there's sites on here that actually shows the statistics. Matter of fact, let me pull one of those up and you guys tell me what you guys think. What's going on? How come nobody's talking about the missing Black girls in mainstream media, especially with the numbers being so high? The numbers are high. This is something that's not, it's definitely something coming on. And what do you guys think? How can we be more vigilant? What's the word? What's going on around here? What's going on? Nasha, this makes me scared. Too many beautiful Black girls gone missing. I see Gooch's, I see his comments. I'm gonna just let him stay there. If she committed a crime, they would have found her. Ooh, good point, Robert. Good point, Robert. Yeah, it do seem that bad behavior will go viral, but a lot of things don't. Things like this, like these Black girls missing. All right. I got my screen up. I got the article we was talking about. Let me share it with you guys real quick. I like you to see what I'm seeing, just so you know that I'm not making up things whole cloth out of my imagination. And this is an older article. It actually is, it's an Ebony article from 2017. Why the crisis of missing Black girls need more attention than it's getting, by Latasha D. Mays. An academic study analyzed news coverage of missing Black children and found that only 20% of reported stories focused on missing Black children. This is despite the fact that Black children account for 33% of all total missing children cases. In other words, missing Black youth are grossly underreported in the news. For missing girls, it's even worse. When Black girls go missing, far too many people don't know or don't care. Constantly, Black teens are disproportionately reported as missing from their homes and communities. And when they go missing, the disparity in coverage compared to missing white teens is shameful. Black girls' lives matter. Our girls deserve protection and support. But our society seems content to ignore them best and dehumanize them at worst. All right. Scroll down. There is a connection between the frequency in which Black women disappear and the cycle of criminalization and incarceration of Black women and girls. By ignoring or underreporting their story, the media is failing these girls, but so is the criminal justice system. Okay? And again, I just wanted to touch on that real quick, that article, because she said some good things in that article. And I do want to bring a couple of these things to light if we don't know. Just so we'll know, just so something we'll know. Now that we know, maybe we'll be just a little more visual. It's a little more visual. Wow. Nearly 75,000 Black girls and women are missing across this country. Huh. Wow. All right, you guys. So what do you guys think about that? What can we do about it? What could be done? All these Black girls coming up missing and the media isn't talking about it enough. It seems like we need to figure out a way to encourage the media to talk about it.
Whether you're starting your day,
what are you studying? Political science.
Or your life's journey.
Let me stop that. I had something else playing in the background. Something came up. Jelani Bakari, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. What's up, Anthony? What's going on, Ant? If you guys can, share this. Some people might care. It might actually help somebody. It might help somebody look out and be able to see something. We all have family. We all have girls in our family, little girls. We have cousins, nieces, people that we care about. And so sometimes if the media isn't giving it the attention that it should, maybe we should try to step up just a little bit and fill in the gaps. 75,000 Black girls missing is a lot of Black girls missing. That's a lot of empty homes. That's a lot of people that just have to sit at home and wonder and hurt. So yeah, you guys, I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I will be continuing to talk about that more, but I did want to bring it up just to broach the subject and speak on it. All right. And again, if you talk to me, I talk back every single time. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to the next story. Yesterday, we were talking about Aisha Curry. Well, somewhat. And Christopher Rosson jumped in the comments and he said, why are we talking about that? Why aren't we talking about this? So let me show you what he was talking about. And my response was, you're right, Chris. We should talk about it. We should talk about it. We're going to talk about Jaylon Mckenzie. Jaylon Mckenzie. Hope you guys can see the screen well. That's a picture of him right there. It's a picture of the young man right there. Middle school student Jaylon Mckenzie, a budding football star, killed in a shooting. Okay, then it has a caption. My baby has such a promising future, the teenager mother said, calling the shooting senseless. Again, I'm gonna scroll past the picture. You guys are just listening. I'm showing a picture of him in his football uniform, posing like he's running the ball, number 6. May 6, 2019. And this is from NBC News. All right. By Minivon Burke, a middle school football player who had dreams to play in the NFL was named by Sports Illustrated as someone who will rule the future in sports, was killed by a stray bullet at a party over the weekend. Jaylon Mckenzie, 14, a student at Madison Clark Middle School in East St. Louis, Illinois, was at a house party late Saturday night in Venice, Illinois, when he was killed. His mother, Sakina Gunner, told NBC affiliate KSDK that a fight broke out shortly before the shooting and that her son was outside trying to leave when he was struck by the bullet. "My baby has such a promising future," Gunner said, calling the shooting senseless. "Since he didn't say much, but he just drew people to him with his smile, with his personality," she said. Illinois State Police say they received a call around 11:40 p.m. that several people had been shot at a large party. Mckenzie and unidentified 15-year-old girl were found injured and in the need of medical care at the home. Okay, so a 15-year-old girl was found injured as well. Officers immediately began life-saving measures before both victims were transported from the crime scene to area hospitals, the department said in the press release. Mckenzie of Bellevue was pronounced dead at the hospital. Other victim is in critical condition. Wow. Mckenzie was only in the 8th grade, but had already become a star in his community and caught the sports world's attention. In November 2018, article in Sports Illustrated magazine, which highlighted 6 teenagers expected to dominate in the future. The publication predicted that Mckenzie would make headlines for his athletic abilities for years and decades to come. Let me read that again. Mckenzie was only in the 8th grade, but had already become a star in his community and caught the sports world's attention. In a November 2018 article in Sports Illustrated magazine, which highlighted 6 teenagers expected to dominate in the future, the publication predicted that Mckenzie would make headlines for his athletic abilities for years and decades to come. So he had a very shining future ahead of him. According to the magazine, Mckenzie, who played running back, wide receiver, and defensive back, had plans on going to the National Football League and said he wanted to follow in the footsteps of Tennessee Titan player Adoree Jackson, who is also from the city Mckenzie lived in. Okay, athletes, you guys, hey, these kids look up to you guys. These kids looked up to you guys. He wanted to be like somebody who came from his same city. Jackson mourned the teenager's death, writing in a tweet Sunday, "You was up next and taken too soon. We have to do better. Rest easy." East St. Louis School District 189 said that the teen was also one of 15 8th grade students selected to participate in the NFL Hall of Fame All-American All-Star game and had reportedly already received at least one college football scholarship offer from the University of Missouri. "We mourn with the family of the deceased and the injured of this tragedy. Our prayers are uplifted for the families impacted by this violence as we hope for healing for the remaining victims, the district said. Police have made no arrests and say they don't believe anyone else was injured in the shooting. But the district said in a tweet Sunday, a few of their students had been shot and crisis team would be available Monday. Mckenzie was also a star on the basketball court, as former coach Al Lewis told KSDK. Outside of basketball, outside of football, he was just a great kid, Lewis said. The former NFL player Earl Bennett also posted a tribute to Mckenzie on his Twitter. My heart and prayers go out to Jaylon Mckenzie's family and friends, he wrote. Rep. Latoya Greenwood, Democrat, East St. Louis, wrote on Facebook. There is a sacredness in tears. They are not a mark of weakness, but of power. They speak more eloquently than 10,000 tongues. They are the messengers of overwhelming grief and deep contrition and unspeakable love. Jaylon Mckenzie. Okay, you guys, so Jaylon Mckenzie was a promising athlete who got killed coming out of a party after a fight broke out. And Chris, you're right. We do need to talk about this more. Maybe we should be putting more emphasis on this than Ayesha Curry and Steph Curry's personal life. So yeah, this is something I don't really know. Like sometimes I try to figure out the solutions to things like these. And sometimes I think to myself, like, is it a communication issue? Do senseless killings, kids killing kids, teenagers killing teenagers? It didn't say that a teenager did the shooting, but it was a teenager that was shot at a party that kids were attending. So what's going on? Is it a problem that we can't communicate with each other? Can we not talk to each other? Can we not tolerate each other? Is it too much built up hate? How do we start breaking down these walls and these barriers so we don't have so many senseless killings? What do we have to do so we don't have to stop losing so many people, so many good people? This kid had a very promising future. Here, let me share my screen again with you guys, just so you guys can see it. See his picture again. Are we becoming desensitized to these things? Does it matter? Does it matter anymore? Are we not worried about what's happening outside of our homes? Does it only matter when it touches us? Not just with this, but with the 75,000 Black girls who are missing as well. Look at this little boy. Man, he was 15 years, he was a kid, he was in junior high. Junior high. He was 14, not 15, cut down. And I don't know why. I don't know. No matter what the person was mad at who did the shooting, whether it was for him or against him or just whatever reason, how do we resolve these conflicts before it goes so far to where we're losing 14-year-old boys? Poised and bound to make it in life. What could he contribute to society? You know? What could he contribute to society? Let's ponder that. Let's think about that. What do we need to do? Is it a conflict resolution thing? Do we have to teach people how to be more empathetic? Do we have to teach people how to forgive, to move on, not to have nothing to prove? Is it something are we too hard? Like, is this a thing that we're like, we too hard? Like, what's going on? What could make you want to shoot somebody and kill them? If they didn't kill you, if they're not trying to kill you or nobody in your family, what's making us want to do these things, these heinous acts that are doing nothing but they're just taking away from such a bright future? Yes, Lauren. Yes. But fights and shootings have always happened at parties since I was in high school. Since my brother was in school, I mean, how many friends have we lost at parties? We have to start telling our children, no, you can't go. We have to start protecting the youth from themselves. So sad. Yes, Lauren, that's true. That's true. I remember in high school, it was always shootouts. Remember, Dub C made a song called Messing with a House Party. So I do understand the ramifications and possibilities of things that can go wrong at house parties. I get that. Fights break out. Everybody want to get the gangbang and the melee come out, or even if it's not a gang thing, somebody got something to prove, somebody mad at somebody, pow, somebody dead. So what I'm trying to say is, how do we slow down that? How do we slow down the rise of the anger to where we can pull out a gun and shoot somebody? Bam, disagreement. Bam, you stepped on my shoe. Bam, you hollering at my girl. Bam, I don't like the way you looking at me. Bam, you talk bad about me. Bam, I don't like you. Bam, you dead. How do we stop that? How do we slow down that, the killing? How do we patch that up? Like, how do we fix that inside? How do we make these youth and even the grown men and women who have the urge to kill somebody when their life isn't in danger? How do we patch that? How do we fix that? Is it a hurt that we need to heal? Is it something that's going on psychologically? Is it something? How do we fix it? Not a Band-Aid. How do we fix it? Is it fixable? Hello, Tyrone. This is Guy using my son's account. This is about gun control, unfortunately. Okay. How you doing, Guy? I've been seeing you driving in your cab, doing the Guy's taxi cab confessions. If the gun wasn't on the streets, only possibility of a murder would have been hand-to-hand combat, and looking at this kid, the conflict probably would have never happened. Okay. That's the secondary issue. They shouldn't have been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Reduce gun culture. Okay, so yeah, guy, reducing gun culture? That is a very plausible comment. How do we reduce gun culture? Do we stop making it so cool to carry guns? Maybe start toning it down in the music videos. Everybody waving guns, everybody holding guns like it's cool. Like they're not going deer hunting. They're flashing guns in music videos, and they only flashing it at other people who look just like them. You ain't on your music video flashing your gun for a Klan member, because a Klan member is not watching your damn video. So when you're flashing your guns in your music videos, you flashing your gun at your brother, your cousin, your friend. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not on the perch just sitting here trying to preach. I've had friends killed. I've had friends shot at house parties. I've been around plenty of shooting at house parties when I was young. Wrong place, wrong time, doing too much. And so I'm not saying this is something that's new, nothing new under the sun. I'm just saying it is something that I hope we're not growing numb to. I hope we're not growing to the point to where these things no longer matter. I hope we're not growing to the point to where we don't care. Vinny Styles flashing them at us. Yes. Yes. Think about it. When you're on, when somebody make a music video and they flashing the guns, who are they showing off to? Who are they showing off to? Let me see if I can find this article I found the other day. It's about they found a ton of guns. Ton of guns. See what we got. See if I can pull this up real quick. Yeah, we do. We celebrate gun culture. I could go over 100 songs. I got 100 guns, 100 clips. I'm from New York. My gun goes pow. Yeah, we do. We celebrate gun culture. Is that the problem? Is that what we need to stop? Do we need to slow that down? Is it a combination of things? Is it celebrating gun culture, pent up anger? Also, sometimes do we think we have a little too much to prove? You know, like we hard, right? We hard. Ain't that what you do when you hard? I mean, now that is what culture tells you. When you hard, you just pull out. When you hard, you just up the blicky, right? Let me see. I think that's it. You see, you just pull out the pistol and just get to handling business, right? That's what we do, right? Is that the conflict resolution? Is that healthy? Katie Nelson, how you doing, man? If you guys didn't get to see earlier, we talked about the black girls that have come up missing, 75,000 black girls missing, and why the media or how the media is not covering it sufficiently. And right now we talking about Jaylon Mckenzie, and I kind of just wandered over here trying to wonder and think about how we could slow down the killing of our children and friends and brothers, family. But Guy, just touching on your point about the gun, I just wanted to show you this. 1,000 guns found in Los Angeles mansion linked to Getty family. Guy said it's a gun control problem. Guy, according to this picture, there is no control. Can't nobody shoot all them guns, man. But yeah, you guys, I just wanted to touch on those things real quick. I think that we do need to talk about it. I understand we all need entertainment in our lives. Entertainment is good, but sometimes we got to get to the business. All right? So that's all I wanted to do today was get to the business again one more time. You know what, before we get out of here, let me show you the picture of this young man again. Just in case you just now tuning in, just in case you missed it, just in case you don't know why I'm still here talking about this. And it's not because he's the first and only person that has happened to. I wish it would be the last, although I do know that that's probably just a wish. But again, this is a 14-year-old middle school student who was killed at a house party after a fight broke out. Now, again, I know fights break out at house parties, but what I'm trying to say is, what do we do about conflict resolution? What do? We got to communicate. We got to do something to where you don't have the urge to want to kill somebody. If he wasn't actively trying to kill you or kill whoever killed him or that person's family, in my opinion, I don't see the reasons for us killing each other being valid unless they're trying to kill you. I mean, 15-year-old kid. ESPN said that they believe that he was going to change the future of sports. I'm paraphrasing. And I'm not saying this just because he's an athlete. I'm just saying this because, man, he's a 14-year-old boy that got killed. We don't know what we're taking away. We don't know what we're losing when we're losing these kids so senselessly and so soon. All right. Vinny Styles, there is no control. You could buy a gun on Amazon. Okay. Pridefulness also. Nobody messing with me. Yes. I think that has a lot to do with it. I think sometimes we have to just learn how to just look the other way. You know what? I'm going to say it. I might sound crazy saying this, and I know a lot of people, you may not agree with me, but before you just cast down what I'm saying, just consider it. Sometimes we have to learn to just take the L. I'm not talking about be a loser. I'm not talking about being a coward. I'm talking about taking the L as if, yeah, you made me mad. I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to take that. I'm going to move on. Taking the L as if, you know what? I don't got to take your life. Because right now we kind of look at those things as in a twisted sort of way. If we talking about hood culture, gang culture, street culture, respect the killer, respect the shooter, right? So shooters get respect, and to be a shooter, you puff your chest out. It's a lot of people who show off as being a shooter. I'm a shooter. So basically what I'm saying is, even though we don't like it, sometimes we give the shooter the win. So as the shooter, maybe sometimes just take the L. Just take the L. Are we giving too much respect to the shooter? Let's act like this ain't street code. Let's act like this ain't street code. If it was never cool, if we never gave drive-bys and people shooting up people never got respect and never got uplifted, and it never seemed cool to be a stone cold killer. And I'm not just talking about rap. I'm talking about movies, literature, the culture. Now, and I'm not just talking about black, because even gangs back in the day, Lucky Luciano, Italian mobsters, they were celebrated for being the killers. So have we over celebrated being a killer? Should that be celebratory? All right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. I didn't want to bring nobody down, drag nobody down. But I do think this is something that we definitely needed to talk about. I definitely think that is something that we needed to talk about. So let me see. I got any more messages over here? See if I got any messages over here. Scroll back to these messages real quick. All right, guy. Yes, indeed. That was here. NCA in California. Yes, this was a rich individual in a rich hood. Imagine a poor individual in a poor hood. They're not collecting stockpiles of guns for fun, but overall, it's somewhere to focus. The societal reaction or interaction can follow. We've got to learn to embrace each other as humans with value. Amen. You're talking about pride. Yeah, we've got to. Okay. Yes, I agree with you. Guy. We have to learn how to start accepting each other as people. Got to say F pride. Great topic. Sorry, we've got to keep covering such topics due to losing our youth. We've got to talk about these things. Thanks, Tyrone. Stay up, America. Happy New Day today. All right. And everybody, wish all enough. Remember that I love you. We love you too, guy. Real talk. And Guy, we got to get you on the show. We got to have some more round tables. We got to have some more discussions. So I'm going to get on out of here, you guys. I hope everybody have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. Have a good day.